Joining us right now for all the latest, Liz Hoffman, Semafor's business and finance editor, joining us right now. We can go through some of those names in a moment, but let's go to the Treasury Secretary sort of bake-off that's taking place down at Mar-a-Lago today and yesterday. What do you think the handicap is here between Kevin Warsh, between Mark Rowan, who's now emerged? I don't know if you think Bessent is even still in this. I imagine he may be. I don't know if there's another name you want to add to this. Haggerty?
Those are the names, basically. I would say I think Scott Bessent's very much still in this. Look, understanding that this could all change by the time we get off the air. My sense is that Scott Bessent, Kevin Warsh, very serious candidates. Mark Rowan, as you say, has kind of, I would say, come up on the outside lane. But, we reported a couple weeks ago, has been in the transition team's sights and on their minds for a couple of weeks now. And I would say Bill Haggerty is a dark horse, but still very much in it. Other names you hear thrown around, but probably for slightly different positions, perhaps Kevin Hassett. But these are names that have been in the mix. They haven't actually changed all that much, with the exception of Howard Lutnick having dropped off and gotten Commerce.
What do you think the implications would be for Apollo? And I ask because it's obviously one of the biggest private equity credit firms in the country. It's a publicly traded firm, and Mark Rowan has been a real boon to that business when he returned and came back and has really almost remade that company.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, most CEOs, when their names get floated for things like this, they say, I have the best job in America. I couldn't imagine it. Almost none of them mean it. It's possible he would. I will say he was asked in February whether he would go into administration, and he said yes if asked. But I actually genuinely do think he thinks he has the best job in the world. And if you've listened to him talk lately, they sound like they really think they are on the edge of kind of cracking a new financial system over at Apollo, talking a lot about fixed income replacement, playing for a much larger pool of assets than have been available for alternative asset managers in the past. So it's a really interesting question. I don't know.
We're also, by the way, I don't know if it's up on the screen. It's up on our screen. Trump Media DJT, which is now at $30 a share. Do you have a view about why that's moving the way it is? It's down just a little bit now, but I mean, it's obviously crept up in a big way. Some people talking about it getting into crypto. I've heard speculation, by the way. I don't know if you even buy this idea that at some point Elon Musk would want to buy it, merge it with X. I don't know, Liz, you want to comment on this?
That's certainly floating around. I have no real reporting. I mean, look, it had a bunch of moves the other day on the crypto stuff. It could be some of that coming off. But I think the thing you have to keep your eye on with this company is that it is a huge source of Donald Trump's wealth. It's a public company. It's for sale every day. And I think you have to think about, people who might want to curry favor with the administration just coming in with a giant offer on that. It's a very strange situation.
You mean somebody coming in to just buy? You think that the premium that's in this stock is just somebody who is a benefactor, a Trump benefactor, who would want to come in and just buy the asset? Or do you think that American corporations or even foreign corporations are going to want to advertise on the platform or transact with the platform in some other way?
I'm not sure there's a particular takeover premium baked into it now. I think this is mostly political fervor and retail enthusiasm. But, most sitting presidents don't have an asset that anyone can say publicly that they would like to buy for a giant markup and then actually go do it. So I think it'll just be a really interesting thing to watch. It's been kind of a heartbeat of the campaign and really of Donald Trump's fortunes. You saw it move around some of his trials. So it's something we've never seen before. I can't really explain the move today, except perhaps it got a little
vanity buy.